Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Team Building with Zooch, where I take a live guest and team build with them for a matchup, and then afterwards I'll go ahead and review the replay and talk about how I think the game went and the plays that were made. Real quick, there's no face cam just because I'm not feeling the best, but there will be a face cam when I review the battle. So without further ado, we have our guest Ray with us here today. What's going on, man?
Yo, what's good, everybody? Yo, thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. We got an interesting matchup here. So this is Nat Dex. And
Yep.
obviously lower tier Terra captains, but cut moves are allowed besides hidden power. So this is just for a league. How you doing in this league, man?
Currently 3-2. Did a couple changes to my team,
Okay.
and my opponent is like 4-1, so
All right, all
not
right.
that far off.
Yeah, not bad. I feel like this last last 4 sessions I've done, like the opponents have been either like undefeated or like really strong record. So I mean, this is good though. This is good practice. So
That's why we need your help.
yeah, that's
That's
what
why
we
I'm
want. Yeah.
here.
Have you taken a peek at this at all, or not really?
Not really. I just like saw like the composition of the team, and like I have a few ideas, but I didn't look at it too much.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Yeah. When you first sent me this, obviously I said like, "Dang, there's a Shaymin Sky," which usually isn't allowed, but it's
I was
allowed.
trying to stop it. But my voice wasn't heard.
Yeah. He's got 2 fast grasses, which is interesting. Usually grasses aren't like the best offensive types in general, but she's got 2 pretty good ones. So
Yeah, he's been using superior, more of a like a glare user. Like,
yeah, yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense because I feel like if you want a strong special attacker, you're just gonna go with Shaymin anyway.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
Serp is a solid Scarfer or something if it's got like a good matchup here. I don't really think it has the best matchup, but we'll go over it here. So, luckily for you, I mean, I see obviously Weavile is really good for
Yeah.
Shaymin, and then obviously
This is
Big
like
Teeny.
the best Weavile matchup I've
This
ever
this
seen.
this is a really good Weavile matchup. He does have that Primarina, but it can
We got
Terra.
Poison Jab.
Do have Poison Jab, and obviously you have other Pokemon like Ferrothorn, just pretty much doesn't really care about Primarina unless it Terra Fires, which I do think is what it would be if it does choose to Terra here. Even Metagross too might be Terra Fire, honestly.
I can see that.
Yeah, I could see Terra Fire likely versus you. So you do have like Aqua Jet though, so it could be a little bit with
Risky.
Azumarill. Yeah.
Mhm.
But anyways, yeah, I do think obviously at first glance Weavile looks really strong here. So
No, 100%.
yeah. How's your removal? You have Spin, which is good. Is that a Mega Bennett, by the way?
Yeah, it's Mega. Yeah.
What the heck? Okay, so there's a Mega Pokemon.
Yeah.
You didn't want a Mega Pokemon or what?
I was thinking about like Charizard X, but I was like, I want to try gouging, so I was like, I'm
Oh
skip on
dang!
it.
Oh, so I thought this was maybe just like only like low tier Megas, but they had every Mega allowed,
Yeah.
and
For
you just
Natdex, they usually have everything.
didn't take any. What the heck?
Listen, gouging is basically a Mega with heavy duty boots.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
No, I
Alright.
should have probably taken like a Zardex, but I want to try gouging.
Sardex is cool, yeah. I mean, gouging is cool too. It's just even if you don't take like a strong Mega, usually like a mid-ground Mega, like maybe like Blastoise or something. I don't know.
They're usually like tiered like a little expensive.
Oh, are they?
I like
Okay.
them. Yeah, and I don't like playing like top heavy.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and add Weavile because I don't think we really have to say why that's good here.
No,
Agree on
yeah.
that. Now you did mention Poison Jab. Looking at the team, oh my God, holy stutter! Just because like Primarina is a pretty obvious like it's pretty much
Switching.
the only like switching honestly to this
Mhm.
Pokemon.
I could see like Rocky Helmet, Skuntank, but I don't know if that eats like a
Potentially,
triple axle.
yeah, because well, Axel, just unboosted Axel, yeah, it would live, and then you would pretty much kill yourself because Aftermath Helmet, like that's a lot.
Yeah, if we're not protected pads, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking for the Weavile set here. Again, I know you can run Poison Jab, but we have 5 other Pokemon. We can have potentially hazards, and he could literally just Terra anyway. So I'm thinking, because again, this looks so good, is Swords Dance Weavile. Now, I don't think you necessarily have to just go for Swords Dance, but I do think, with the threat of Swords Dance, I feel like he might end up staying in with some things when he can switch out, just because +2 Weavile can pretty much just sweep this game here. There's 2 things that are obviously in the way of that, which is 1, just a Primarina, defensive Primarina it's kind of annoying, and 2, what else do you see here that kind of stops Weavile?
That stops Weavile?
He not stops it, but can kind of make sure you don't sweep with it. Like he can bring it in and
I was gonna say like maybe like an Encore Mega Banette or like a Will-O-Wisp or something.
no, because your dark types or Prankster don't even work on you.
Oh yeah, you're right, you're right. I was thinking about the Skuntank, the defensive Skuntank. I don't know.
Nah, it's the bullet punch on Metagross, right? It could just come in and
Oh
one
yeah,
shot your
true, true,
ass.
true.
Yeah. So as long as that guy's alive, Weavile will not be sweeping. I don't know if bullet punch just straight up Oko you.
I mean,
Let's see.
it probably does.
It's only base 40. Let's see. No, not quite. You would need to be some sort of boosting nature or use some chip, but yeah, I'm thinking like SD knock and then literally just stabs like crash shard, right?
Yeah.
Again, even if Premier comes in, takes a knockoff, like it doesn't have reliable recovery unless it's like rest talk, and you have a lot of Pokemon that can do a lot of damage to it. Pretty much everything can do a lot of damage to it. Literally everything.
Are you a Crash user?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can go Axel if you like. I usually prefer the more accurate moves. Now, obviously the first hit Axel's 90, but more than once and Crash is more accurate. Flinch chance plus if it's helmet, you only take one round. So, I prefer Crash. Axel is stronger. You know, if we need Axel power versus something, I don't think we necessarily do. But maybe we could check like +2 Crash versus Skuntank or something and see if
the
how
only
much
thing
it
is the
does.
Skuntank,
Yeah, we can check that. I don't. Can we go Adamant in this matchup?
We should.
We definitely can because Shard will be enough for Superior regardless. So we are. This is a for sure Adamant matchup, which is excellent. And we're just gonna creep that Victini, no problem. Let's go ahead and check some calcs real quick though. Oops. Probably gonna be boots, but we'll go ahead and see because we do have removal, so we might be able to get away with no boots. We'll see. Skuntank. So max HP looks like it does die at +2. It'd have to be Fizz Def as well. And if it's like Fizz Def, yeah, you would just need knockoff into like +2 to kill it. So like I said, generally the first time Weavile comes in, you're gonna just be in versus something that should switch, like Victini or Shaymin or whatever, and you just get a knockoff on whatever his check is. So then next time you would be able to deal with it. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is like a win condition. I mean, it certainly can be. It's set up, and it can, if the things are tripped, like it can certainly just come in and win the game. But this is more so just like a revenge killer. It's faster than everything, and then prioritize just kills the one thing that is faster. So this is just a good match to bring in revenge and just make progress, really.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Let's look at his hazards real quick. He's got Tinglu, he's got Metagross, and
Skuntank versus Toxic Spike.
Skuntank, does it get Toxic Spike?
Pretty sure.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
All right. Who is your poison type? Venomoth. Okay, so yeah. Oh yeah. So the thing I mean, well, I guess they do have a ghost type. I was gonna say they don't have a ghost type, so you could technically just spin free. But the thing is, like, their most likely hazard setter is Tinglu. And even if this guy does set up Toxic Spike, Tusk is a great switch into both of those guys. So ideally, you should be able to spin immediately. Let's check how much you do to Mega Bitnet in case he does want to try to spin block. How much like does an offensive Tusk do? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's Proto though. We're not Proto. Yeah. So this is no bulk, but I mean 6475 is not bulky ever. So it's like you're gonna be doing a shitload of damage to him. So it's kind of risky for him to try to spin block, but I mean he can. I don't know if Binet's gonna come, to be honest, but if it does. Obviously, you got to be careful of just the Destiny Bond, Willow. It's pretty much all it's good for.
Yeah. Support.
Yeah. You have pretty good switch-ins anyway with... does it get like a fire move for Ferrothorn? I don't even know.
I'm not sure. I know it gets Poltergeist now.
Oh, yeah. No, it doesn't get a fire move. Burning Jealousy. I mean, I guess it could run that if it wants.
If he brings that, he deserves to win.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. But Generally, like Tusk, even Tusk though, Tusk and Ferrothorn should be good switch-ins. You can get burned. We could run potentially Lumberry. Yeah, I mean, Lumberry could also work versus like if Toxic Spike goes up, at least you could absorb it the first time. You could kind of be aggressive a little bit and switch it into Rotom if you think he's gonna Volt Switch, and then just stay in because, well, stay in. I don't know, because he could simply just Hydro Pump you.
Yeah, probably switch out.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't stay in actually versus that guy. You have a really good Rotomancer in this dude right here. So
yeah, but that Ferrothorn goes crazy if you smash it.
Yeah, it does actually. It's good for Serp. It's good for Prim. It's good for Shaymin, Rotom. Like it's actually really good here. Yeah, good point. I mean, the really only Pokemon that can honestly even like threaten it is Victini, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking it's got to be Terrafire for one of those two dudes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Makes sense.
I'm expecting like Fire or Fighting. Either one.
Yeah, for sure. So, but no, Tusk does look really solid here. He does have two, fast grass types. He does have two water types. He does have a fast psychic type. But I'm just talking about basically being able to keep hazards off. Plus, if you spin and then you're faster than things like Victini or Metagross or Rotom, like you can still do a shitload of damage to those guys.
For sure.
I'm thinking you would probably run Spin, Stab, Ice Spinner. Like that usually that looks like it covers everything. Spin, Stab, Ice Spinner. Yeah, I don't think anything else really takes... No, that looks good. Yeah. So we'll do that. Because like we said again, you're not +1. Do you like EQ? Do you like Headlong?
Depends on what Tusk we're running. If it's offensive, then probably...
We're probably going to be a bit more bulkier just so we can switch into Ting as much as we can.
Yeah, they're probably EQ.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to have speed for Metagross, though. Like, you don't want him to just make sure he's faster than you. Well...
Yeah, especially with Terra,
Yeah. And you'd probably... If we make sure we outspeed max speed Metagross, we're probably going to outspeed these two guys as well. Unless they're Scarfed or, like, really fast. So, let's see. Metagross. I think he with a 70 hit. I don't even know. 262. Okay. So we would go like this. And then we could either be max HP or max attack. I'm going to do HP and then the rest in attack. And then look at some calcs and see if we need some more attack. I think it's probably good here.
Sounds good.
Anime for sure. Throw Lumberry on there for now. Spinner. Okay. Let's see. Alrighty. So Tusk. Let's check. Shaymin Sky surely dies to Spinner. Yep.
Oh, for sure.
Victini. Okay. Oh, that's max HP Victini. What the hell? Okay, how's his removal, by the way?
He got Defog Rotom and Superior and Skuntank.
Yeah, so he's got 3 Foggers. The thing is, again, you have such a good hazard game here because your main hazard setter, which is the Ferrothorn, beats Rotom, Superior, and Skuntank. Skuntank, I think, might get a fire move, actually.
No, it does for sure.
It does? Yeah, does it get like Flamethrower or something? Some weird thing?
I think it gets both Flamethrower and Fire Blast.
Okay, so not Skuntank.
Yeah.
But the two obvious defoggers, if they come, would be these two guys, and you beat both. So you should be able to keep hazard up, and then if he tries to remove them, like, you can probably just go right back into Ferrothorn and get it back up, or you can make an aggressive switch if he needs to remove hazards. So hazards are definitely in your favor this game.
Oh no, 100%.
So when looking at these calcs, we can assume that, there's a good chance you might have rocks up. So something like this, I wouldn't worry about putting enough attack to just make sure you one-shot it. We might need more attack for something like... Oh, shoot. Alright, we're back. Sorry, I had to cut for a second. Shoot, what was the last thing we said?
You're running a calc?
Yeah. Oh, like hazard should be up, so we shouldn't really need more investment. Like the big teenies should be a little bit chipped for this guy. There's one other thing I was thinking of. I'm not sure. Let me see Metagross too, though, because Metagross has good defense. Yeah.
Yeah, that mom's wonky.
Max HP, max HP. This is no HP. Yeah, so Metagross, you're never gonna be able to just one shot. There's no way. Skuntank, you should probably. Yeah, I don't really think we need more attack investment already. Superior Ice Spinner. Even max attack won't one shot it. Yeah, so I think this is okay. How much does Victini do to you? I'm curious, actually. Does a Psychic kill you? It might be nice if we could live this from full. $232. Yeah, I think we're gonna put a little bit of SpDef into this guy.
No, that's fair.
Because its SpDef is so low that even like 80 investment makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
And then let's say you take rocks or something, you only lose 6%, so it's still in your favor to potentially live a hit from this guy. So we're gonna go with, I think it's something like this spread, no attack. 212.80. I don't know if I did that math right. 212.84. Something like that. I think something like this is okay. This will probably. How much does Shaymin Sky do to you too? Maybe you can live in Air Slash. Oh, definitely not a Seed Flare though.
Yeah, no.
I forgot about the Seed Flare. Oh, and then Rotom Wash as well. I want to check. I think you should live a Pump. Yeah, perfect. Barely. That's no investment. 84. Okay, we're going SpDef. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but we're still gonna be adamant though. It's still our highest attack, our highest stat. So this is good. So again, you're gonna basically use this to throw it in versus Tinglu. I mean, you could throw it in versus Metagross too. Like, you could definitely eat any Steel move or even a Psychic move. It's just you won't one-shot him back. And you could throw it in versus Skuntank too, if you're scared of Toxic Spike or whatever. Or even if he just goes for any move, like, I don't think Skuntank can really do a lot to you.
Yeah, no.
So this is a good switch into a couple of things. And then, you know, even if rocks are up, just throwing off an attack is like, it's a bit tricky for them. Like, they don't know, like, obviously one of your two stabs is pretty obvious. It's just, do they go Rotom thinking you're going to click Earthquake, or do they go something like Primarina thinking you're going to click a fighting move? And then if you click the right move, like, you're going to do probably over half to anything. So it's a bit, this bomb pressures him pretty good, even though we're not really like too offensive. Yeah, you know, he doesn't know that either. So yeah, definitely Ferrothorn stuff gonna come to this game. There's no doubt about it.
For sure.
So let's go ahead and throw that guy too. I think these three guys are like the most obvious ones.
Yeah.
Think we want rocks a bit more, just so we can chip that
Rotom.
Rotom, yep. And something like Shaymin, at least will take some chip if it's not Boots. Obviously, it'll do less to like Metagross or Tinglu, but again, we have a good answer to Tinglu. Worst case is if Tinglu like ruinations you.
Ruination,
you go down to half, but it's all good. At least you stop the hazard. So let's go with rocks here. I think we need Gyro Ball. Do we need Gyro Ball actually? It would just be for Serp. We could run something like Knockoff though instead to catch anything. I think we'd need a Grass move.
Yeah.
I think Knock Grass move covers a lot. Not Grass move. Could run Thunder Wave to be annoying. They have 2 immunities. What's their switch into Ferrothorn? Like,
I would assume the Skuntank if it comes.
Yeah, if it comes. I mean, just knocking that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we definitely, I think Knock and what kind of grass move you could do.
There's like
Power Whip,
Power
Seed
Whip,
Bomb.
Seed Bomb.
Yeah, it's one of those, I think.
Yeah. Give my dog Pedal Blizzard.
Oh yeah, imagine.
Bro, Zerud's. I've been playing Zerud in my other league. Bro. That mod's crazy.
It is so good, dude. Yeah, I'm helping this other guy too, and he played back-to-back Zaruds because there's like 2 different draft pools first 2 weeks, so it's been unfortunate. He won at least one of them, but it's annoying.
Oh, it's crazy.
I'm definitely more of a Seed Bomb guy, especially on a more defensive Pokemon, but it's up to you, man. It's your call.
No, I'm for sure like a Seed Bomb guy as well.
Okay, we'll go Seed Bomb.
Unless there's like a Mon that I actually want to kill, then.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think it's just to get some chip on like Prima or Tinglu or something, if you have to. So last slot's either going to be something like Gyro or Thunder Wave. Could be Spike too if you think, you could get multiple layers up. Could be just Protect if you have leftovers, just to get some leftovers. And Scout, if maybe they're a scarfed item or something. Could be a bit tricky though, if you Protect on a setup move or something. Rotom is not switching in, so I don't necessarily know if Tinglu would really switch in either. So I mean, Thunder Wave could be a nice click. That's the problem with Ferrothorn. Like once you get Rocks is obviously nice to get up first, but then after like Knock is good, Thunder Wave is good. Like I would think.
Don't know
Yeah, I would think generally Knockoff is just always good because at least you get an item if they stay in or they do something you don't expect. But I mean, I think this last slot could be Thunder Wave. Could help versus
Yeah, it's between Thunder Wave or Toxic, but it's probably Thunder Wave.
Yeah, I want to see does Ferrothorn Knock break a superior substitute, because we might need
that is true. Yeah.
Knock.
Probably if it's bulky.
Yeah, this is no HP actually. Frig.
Yeah.
So we might need Gyro Ball.
Looks like it.
Gyro Ball is only APP, which sucks.
Yeah.
Does a lot to Shaymin though. I mean, I guess you technically only need it for the 2 grasses.
Yeah, it's mainly for the 2 grasses.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Just have Gyro. Just Stealth Rocks your attacks. I think leftovers is the key here though. Probably just Spit Def, right?
Max for that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go relaxed. Or not relaxed. What's the Spit Def minus Sassy? Attack, and then we're actually gonna go Zero Ivy's. Okay, it already does it. Okay, so yeah, this is good. Alrighty. Now we need some more offense. So I'm thinking 3 of the top 4, like gouging in the middle row. It's probably gonna end up with a team here.
Might need like a switch into like Victini.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something like that eats a hit from it. So it's like I was thinking between like the Zoomer or gouging, either one.
Yeah, both work actually. Zoomer's probably a little bit not as good, honestly, just because it does get.
It's an extra move. Yeah.
Bolt Strike does a shitload. Gouging, if you make gouging like tanky, even like just like max HP, like I think there's no like way that Victini could even get past you with Morning Sun, obviously.
Probably no.
And I'm sure if you make it like more Spit F too, it can tank like Shaymin, obviously. Again, it's another thing for the grasses, honestly.
Yeah, true.
Can tank Metagross. Primarina is actually a pretty good thing for gouging too, which is annoying.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might end up just being like defensive Prim for your top 3, honestly. Yeah, these 2, and then toss 2. So I wouldn't be surprised if Metagross is the Terra target. It might just be agility or some crap. So just be careful of the whole agility policy.
Yeah.
Very common. Let's see more. Let's see gouging's moveset.
I mean, Morning Sun for sure there.
Yep. Morning Sun. Fire move is solid. It just doesn't hit the 2 waters. Um. Hmm. Does he have a screen setter? Rotom.
Yeah. And I think superior as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah. Hmm. Well, we have to assume like. I guess Roar isn't bad here.
Yeah,
Like,
especially with hazards up.
yeah,
Yeah.
if we're expecting to have the rocks up. I'm thinking like Morning Sun Roar, Key Crash, and then like maybe like Scale Shot or something.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like you should be able to take any hits. You can get like paralyzed by a couple things, which is annoying, but I don't know if there's really anything you can do about that. You can also be just mono instead of Scale Shot, just like DD. So it'd be like DD, Roar, Morning Sun, Heat Crash. I know that seems a bit weird. I know mono Fire, but the reason why I might like DD a little bit more than Scale Shot. I don't know. Scale Shot might be better to be honest, but one is obviously you guarantee like get the speed boost. You can't miss, and the attack boost is nice. If you're very bulky, like even if your Heat Crash is resisted by the two waters and Victini, on a bulky set you could honestly just like DD like Morning Sun like on those Pokemon anyway, and like
Yeah.
eventually you'll get strong enough to where it doesn't matter if it resists it. So plus, if you do happen to show DD before like Roar, he could like be scared. He could think like you do have a dragon coverage move with DD to kind of, so he wouldn't go into his Victini or Rotom or whatever right away. You don't know. So I want to look at some calcs though with bulky gouging just to see. I might be over.
I want to check if Victini gets trick or switcher.
Victini, I think it does.
Yeah, it gets trick. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this type of spread, I would basically just want speed to outspeed Shaymin Sky at +1, which wouldn't really be that much, I don't think. Theoretically, Shaymin Sky should be creeping. I mean, he really shouldn't be creeping Weavile because he should know Ice Shard is coming, so he should be creeping Azelf, but it could be a bit risky or like stupid if we do just creep the Azelf, then he is like faster than that.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so if we would go to 385, so we need to hit 386, so we might actually need a...
I think we need a lot.
Let's go Timid. No, not Timid. Jolly. We would need like... right here. And then we would be like something like this type of set. And I'm just curious how much we actually take from hits. Let's say we're Boots for now. It would be like DD, it would be like Heat Crash, Morning Sun, Roar. We might be able to change Roar too, honestly. Like, if we're thinking like we can just set up on some stuff, like we might not need to Roar it out. Like we could, honestly, we could do something maybe like substitute, because we could probably sub on the Rotom, or to avoid
even Sunny Day or something.
Yeah. Honestly, that works too. Yeah. Let's see. Let's look at the calcs. All right, let's look at Victini. I forgot that guy gets Earth Power, by the way, but he does.
Oh, it does? How do you know that?
The Shaymin, yeah, because I guess regular Shaymin gets it, so it makes sense.
Oh yeah, Shaymin gets it. Or Victini gets Scorching Sand as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about Shaymin. Yeah. God, it does nothing. Scorching.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really do anything. Wait. Oh wait, we messed up the 285, 258. Hold on a second.
Showdown like shows that to you at the bottom.
Where?
Like make it like a terrible one. It'll actually show you like the proper way how much EVs you save.
Did I just not see it right there?
Yeah.
It was like.
Yeah, you see at the bottom that shows up.
Yeah.
Bottom? Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's right. Okay. So we get 12. I didn't even know that. What the heck? I mean, I usually have it right. I just realized when I was calculating that looked wrong.
No, yeah. I'm not good at those things, so I was like,
Yeah.
oh shoot, Jordan does that? Sweet.
So let's do this spread actually. Yeah, the general rule is just the highest number should be the plus nature.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
A +1. Oh wait, we might need one more speed. What do I want to look at? Shaymin. I don't think Shaymin can hit 384. I think he has to go to 385. Wait, wrong Shaymin.
Shaymin Sky.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we need one more. Okay, so it'd be 160. All right. So Victini, yeah. Let's look at Rotom real quick. Rotomosh. Okay. So Rotom can always break the sub. What if we were just like max with F? I don't think it does, right? It's roll.
It's like a roll, yeah.
It's in your favor. Because like I'm starting to think like, yeah, we can outspeed the Shaymin at +1, but if we're just max with F, like
we can DD on like on an Earth power.
Yeah, like I don't think it, or just kill it. Like I don't think it's like a big thing if it just outspeeds us anyway after +1, because we're probably going to be bulky enough anyway to, or healthy enough, hopefully, to live any hit anyway. So I think, like, I know we already have a max for death Pokemon, but his physical threats, as in physical,
yeah, he doesn't have a lot of physical.
Yeah, physical Victini gets nothing. Like Zen Headbutt is its strongest hitting move, and Gouging has good defense, like naturally.
Yeah.
So that's not going to do anything. Tinglu, you're probably not going to stay in on. What you could do, I suppose, is you could make this a Will-O-Wisp, and then you could just Wisp it, and then you're definitely not going to take anything.
I know a lot of people use what is it called, breaking swipes to 1v1 Tinglu.
That lowers their attack.
Yeah, it's not like a.
Wait, this doesn't get. Yeah, this doesn't get Will-O-Wisp, by the way, right? I think I just made that up.
No, it doesn't. Does it? It gets like the protect.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. Like it can actually 1v1, but I heard it does.
It can, yeah. I'm assuming, because if we're just max HP versus Tinglu, but it's -1. This is no attack, so could be a bit scary if it's like max attack. Like it'll still do a shitload, or not a shitload, but like at least half. And
yeah, it's also probably like the Fizz Def Gouging as well. That one's 1v1s it, and we're more special.
Yeah, and you're playing with crits and stuff too. I'm not really a big fan of that.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, again, we're not really too concerned about Tinglu because of Tusk, but
we always have a switch in.
I'm trying to see if there's a better like last move that we could potentially double kick.
It does get like an electric move. I think like Thunderfang. I don't know how much that does.
To Prim?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get Thunderfang. We could check. I mean, if we can't think of like a better move, honestly, it's not a terrible idea. Primarina, Thunderfang. It does. I mean, this is no attack too. It does almost half. So, it might. I think it's gonna be.
Like
yeah, I think it's gonna be Fizz Def too. Like we said.
Yeah.
But
it has to. Yeah.
But still, I mean, even just having a move to hit it for good damage is nice to have. This is max special attack modest Moonblast, by the way, so it does like a third.
Yeah.
So he would have to
I read
be...
the same thing for Tapu Fini, so
Did you?
Then. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So he would have to be like either Specs or Calm Mind to even two-shot you, to roll the two-shot you. So yeah, I think Spadef Gouging is solid here. Again, you're still kind of, you can still threaten with offense, like, you know, Dragon Dance.
Yeah.
It's just this last move. I don't really know what to do. I don't know what like the best thing would be.
Yeah.
Like this just sits on pretty much everything already. I'm thinking maybe substitute just to try to, you could dodge Rotom or just dodge a T-Wave or something. Or if you're DD'd up and Or yeah, I don't know. Maybe if this guy has sucker punch, like you don't have to worry about the games. Or like, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking sub. It's sub is mainly just for the Rotom, just a sub on the Rotom.
No, I like sub. Yeah, it was between sub or like sunny day for me, but I like
Mm,
sub more.
yeah. Um, again, you don't have to really click it unless like you think you can get a free sub. Rotom could also just technically be faster than you. Like it's not naturally, but it could have some speed if it wants to. I think if it's gonna have some speed though, it's probably just scarfed. But it actually
Yeah,
might. I actually think it might run a little bit of speed just for like no speed tusk, but that's it. So I think there's a good chance that you're faster anyway. Let's go like this, something like this. I think it's a solid. So yeah, we definitely. I think we need to finish with 2 offensive dudes. So I'm thinking probably these guys.
yeah. Thundy T goes crazy as well with grass knot for the
Yeah.
team blue.
What's his electric resist? It's just serpenting.
Yeah,
Serpenting. Yeah. And you get grass coverage. You get poison coverage. So this is solid. Yeah. Do we want to scarf this? We can scarf it with like U-turn. It is faster than a lot of stuff.
do you think we should like run like Covert Claw on him or do you think we don't need it for the Shaymin Sky?
I guess.
I know a lot of people like run Covert Claws when they see them on.
Yeah, the thing is like, what Pokemon is going to be our switch into that guy?
That is true.
Bouffalant is actually pretty good, just because Bouffalant's actually really good in this matchup. I totally forgot about it. For a couple.
Yeah, with Sap Sipper.
Yeah, with Sap Sipper. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Oras, it's actually Serperior is really highly rated in Oras because the para is quarters your speed, and obviously with hidden power, like Serperior plus boosting its special attack with hidden power 5 or whatever is like insanely strong. But Bouffalant is like one of the best like low tier like 2-3 pointers I can just hard stop
I saw you using Oras, which is why I picked it up. I didn't even know this one was like.
Yeah, I think I used it in Gen 7. I think it was actually Usum, but it works in both Usum and Oras.
Oh
yeah.
Good one. I was like, I might as well try it.
So the thing is, if we bring Bouffalant here though, then again that's another probably spit def Pokemon. Again, it's not the end of the world. Like if we bring Bouffalant plus Dundee, we are benching both Terra Captains, which would be
it's kind of weird.
A little weird, yeah. So I'm thinking Ferrothorn will probably just do.
Yeah, especially if he does have switching like the normal move.
Yeah.
Metagross is pretty good switching
for Bouffalant for sure. Yep. All right, so I'm thinking Azelf. It's probably better for Azelf to be set up and then Dundee to be scarfed. In my opinion, I think having a scarfer is nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Thundee Scarf might also be faster than Agility Metagross. If he's like max speed Metagross, it won't be, but I don't know if he's gonna exactly go to max speed. Honestly, if I'm him, I probably actually I don't even know. Can Metagross go faster than a Scarf Azelf at +2?
It probably does.
It's 524. It's close, but I think he does. Yeah. Oh no, he doesn't. Actually, he can't. So if I'm the Metagross, I honestly just creep Scarf Dundee, which I mean, if he does that, then he does that. We can't do anything about it.
True.
But yeah, we're gonna pretty much just go max speed. It looks like just to make sure we're faster than that.
Yeah, Victini looks like it's gonna be Scarf here.
It definitely can be, yeah. But that's good for us. We have gouging, so it can't do anything.
Yeah, true.
And if we have Rock Slide, it takes 25 every time, so we don't mind. This is the wrong.
Yeah.
Choice Scarf. So we can go just T-Bolt, Sludge, Grass Knot, and then either Volt or U-Turn. I like U-Turn a lot more just because it does hit the resist super effectively.
Yeah.
I mean, it's physical, so it's not going to do like that much, but 105 is not crazy. It's not like crazy low. It's still not bad.
True.
Um, do we want grass? Not. I mean, obviously. How much is grass not do tingle? Let's see.
I think I checked it before. I think it was like 40 to 50. But I might be wrong.
Grass not.
Thunder. Blue.
Sorry, I had to
Timid. Yeah, you're good. It does 34 to 40 for till max.
Max.
Blue.
Really? That's a lot.
Yeah.
Dang, what the frig? No, so grass knot's good to have then.
Yeah.
It's just you got to think obviously when you lock into something like grass knot, it gives a lot of things just free, like a free move after, like literally Shaymin, Sir, Big Dini, like there's a lot of grass resist on this team. So obviously if you can get the kill, you can, but as long as we can guard against something else like coming in and getting a free turn, which we do have pretty good switch into a lot of his guys. So I don't think that's gonna be a problem, but just be careful of that. So we're gonna go U-turn, T-bolt, sludge wave. If sludge bomb kills Superior, we're gonna go sludge bomb just so we can get a poison if something else comes in. I don't know if it's gonna quite kill him though. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing: sludge wave doesn't even. Sludge wave doesn't even one-shot him, so I like potentially sludge. Actually, let's check Shaymin too. Shaymin Sky. Yeah, it doesn't one-shot it either. Frig. I like the potential sludge bomb here, just because it can nab a poison on something coming in. Like, let's say you want to revenge Superior, and they still go Tinglu. At least if you potentially poison it, you get something out of it. Obviously you can also U-turn, but U-turn won't kill Superior, so it's kind of like a mid-ground play.
Yeah.
So I think Sludge Bomb is a bit better than Sludge Wave here, and then obviously Grass Knot.
Yeah, true.
Okay. And then bang. Alright, cool. Now the tricky part is, actually let's go like this, is this Azelf, because Azelf is obviously can do anything.
Yeah, it's really versatile.
First we gotta think of like what Terra types.
I was thinking like maybe fire, because the Shaymin does get earth power, both levitate. You can't ignore that.
Right, that is a good idea. Yeah. I think it also depends, like if you want like a DD Azelf. Azelf gets DD? Does it?
Oh, does it? I don't think so. No.
No, am I trolling that?
Does.
Oh.
No, I think that's nasty plot.
Yeah, I know it gets plot. I thought I got a way to boost its speed though. No. No. Okay, I'm trolling. Sorry.
I was about to say I was sleeping this whole time. Yeah. We can do something like potentially plot and then endorse Alec, but the only thing that would kind of put a stop to that, well, I say only thing, there's three things, and that's his triple priority he's got in these three corners here. So obviously any endure Pokemon will just get picked off at 1% by those guys. Yeah.
So that's probably not the play. Yeah, it doesn't get like agility or nothing either, right? What was I thinking of?
I don't know. Maybe one of the other ones like gets a different move, because I know like they don't share the same move pool.
Yeah, you might be right. But Uxie is not offensive at all. Mesprit? I don't know. I might have just been making that up, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe they could Trailblaze. I don't know. No.
Trailblaze. That'd be funny. All right. Do we want to be special or physical here too? I mean, we have physical, 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 special. So probably special here. We could do Terra. I was gonna say like maybe like Terra Water too could be an idea. Obviously, the Shaymin can scare you out, but you know, if that guy comes in, it's gonna hopefully take rocks, and then you know we have some switch into that guy. Plus Ice Shard too. Because the reason why I think water might be good is because obviously, you know, you do a lot to these guys, you do a lot to, well, not you do a lot, but you can take a hit from Metagross, so then you get coverage, like you get Energy Ball, you get Flamethrower for other guys. So we just think of like your basic, you know, Fire, Water, Grass. I know it's kind of like a meme nowadays when people say, "Oh, you gotta draft Fire, Water, Grass," but offensively, like those three, you know, types cover the rest, like cover each other. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So the only thing you wouldn't really be able to hit super effectively would be Skuntank, which you would have to be, I think, Terra Ground to hit it super effectively anyway, right?
Yeah, it doesn't get any move that hits it.
Like Terra Ground here, you'd be weak to a lot of things. So
I'd prefer a type that resists Bullet Punch.
yeah, that is water. So you'd simply just be like Terra Blast, Flamethrower, Energy Ball. I mean, you could just be 4 attacks if you want. Could be Plot too. Yeah, I'm thinking Plot because like if you bring in versus something, and then you just plot, like unless he goes hard into Shaymin Sky, which I don't think he would do, that'd be kind of insane. Like you're gonna almost just kill everything.
Yeah.
Maybe Skuntank can live, since again you can't hit it super effectively. Let's check. Let's check like just max HP Skuntank or something. No, oh, it's no HP. Yeah, it's Eyes After Rocks. Obviously everything that has a weakness will die, but Net probably dies too. Yeah, so literally everything that looks like it dies to +2. If rocks are up. So what do you want this last slot to be? I mean, I think that looks the best. It would just be Nest Spot 3 attacks. If you don't want Nasty Plot, you can certainly be something else. You could be also Calm Mind. It's gonna be obviously weaker, but at least you can probably live. Oh wait, no, but you'd be water type, so you wouldn't still die. Never mind.
Yeah,
you would still
I was thinking. That's why I said like Fire, Calm Mind. That was like my idea, like at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I like Water. When you explained it, yeah, Water seems like the most consistent against most of his mon.
Yeah, Fire isn't necessarily a bad one either. As long as you, because again you're faster and everything, so as long as like +2, I don't know if +2 Energy Ball kills Tinglu.
It gets Grass Knot as well.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is Rotom though. Grass Knot doesn't do anything to Rotom. But you are Levitate, so I mean, if you are a Fire type, Tinglu can't Earthquake you. So honestly, it's not as bad as it seems. Let's check those calcs too. I think you would still be Nasty Plot though. I don't think you would be Calm Mind. But Fire, yeah. I like Fire too. Like Fire or Water. What's the difference?
The only difference is if Tinglu gets like it has like Stone Edge or something for like Thundurus or something.
Yeah, I would think it would just have a Dark move, but
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think Water's is a bit better, just because, again, something like Primarina like might have a chance of living your hit because it's got good bulk, natural bulk, and then if you're fire type, you'll get one shot back. Compared to water, you won't. Something like Rotom at +2, like I think Energy Ball will always kill that guy. Or be very close. It'll probably have to be like Assault Vest or something. This is Expert Belt. We could be Expert Belt, honestly, because like we said, we do hit everything super effectively, but we probably don't need it. Yeah, it's got to be Assault Vest Rotom to live. How much does Tinglu take from Energy Ball? Or it would be Terra Blast, actually. Yeah, even that takes a shitload for Expert Belt. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Superior dies. I'm sure Mega Banette dies. And having Nesty Plot is nice too, because if they do bring in Banette, it does give you a button to click to avoid getting debonded. I would click Plot obviously first if Banette just comes hard in. You know, you might straight up die to a Poltergeist. Do you die? You do die. Holy shit. That does a lot.
Yeah. No, yeah, that mon hits.
165. Oh shit.
Yeah, that mon hits.
So yeah, that's a little bit of a 50-50 then if you think he's gonna attack you or. But like again, if he just straight up attacks you, you just kill him. So like, it would be odd to do that.
Yeah, we could also like be no item. It's set up on this mon.
That's true too. Yeah. No item. So what can potentially live with the no? Or obviously we saw Tinglu will live with the item. So how much without the item? We lose about 12% of damage versus Tinglu. Rotom, if it's like Spadef, Rotom might live now because we're not Expert Belt. Barely. After rocks, it should die though anyway. Victini will die. Primarina. Let's check Assault Vest. Okay, Assault Vest lives without Expert Belt. Does it die with Expert Belt? It's close, but not quite. What about no Assault Vest? But yeah, it's bulky and it can live. Should be Fizz Def, so I don't think it's gonna have that. Rocks, it should die. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly the hardest part about this site is just like finding when to
set up?
click Nespa or just straight up attack.
Yeah.
Like if you're in front of like a Victini or a Rotom and they're in range of just neutral, like it's not really a bad play if you just straight up attack. Like Plot's there, like if you see like the, you know, if you see that you can live any hit, and then if you plot like you win the game, like sure you go for it. But
yeah, if I'm like behind or something, yeah, I'll probably plot.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll always do that.
Yeah, but it's just this is a solid just straight up attacker too. And for that reason, I do think Expert Belt is the click here.
Yeah.
Just so
yeah,
even if you don't plot, like at least your attacks are boosted.
For sure.
Plot and Findor. So it would be Expert Belt, and we would be faster than Superior. So, because again, Scarf Superior, we're not really worried about. Ferrothorn's there, Gouging is there, Thundurus even resists. We've got like Scarf Superior looks terrible here. There's a Bouffalon potentially.
Yeah, no.
So that shouldn't be Scarf. Victini could be Scarf for sure. But Gouging is a really good check into Scarfed Victini. You might get, honestly, you might get Gambited. They might 1-for-1 you.
Yeah.
Actually, you have more HP, so you would live, actually. You would live on like, yeah, you would live on like 5% maybe, something like that.
Oh, yeah, I could probably Morning Soft off.
You can Morning Sun off of the slow dudes. You can't, not Metagross because Bowling Punch, but probably not Tinglu because Earthquake probably does too much. I don't know. Probably Prim though. So it might be a bit tough. But honestly, trading Victini for Gouging isn't like the worst. So
that is true, because Victini is like the only thing that I'm scared of.
Yeah. So I just realized, I think we're, oh, item on this guy. I'm thinking probably just boots, honestly.
My team is mostly like mono boots.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking it's just boots here. Like, I don't think necessarily we need that. It's either boots or maybe pads. But
I think boots are better.
Yeah, pads
does even like force me to spin as well.
Yeah, yeah. Your Pokemon don't really care. I mean, obviously it helps with Thundurus, but that's another thing too with Terra type water or over fire. You're not weak to
Rocks,
rock
yeah.
still, yeah. But yeah, we could just run heavy duty boots. So, judging by this team composition, Weavile actually, it's either Weavile or Azelf as the win condition. I would say they both are though. Like it just depends on how the game is playing. You could, if you like, let's say Superior kills something, and then you have the option to bring in Azelf or bring in Weavile to revenge. You kind of just have to look at, okay, if I Ice School Crash and then they go Rotom, like I still don't really get a lot. It's still kind of prediction. Do I knock off, do I Ice School Crash? Compared to Azelf, for example, like, you know, even if you Flamethrower the Serperior, he brings in Rotom, like you could just kill it after anyway. So you kind of have to look at like what are his possible switch-ins to when you bring in a Pokemon, and like what kind of is the less riskiest while giving you the best reward, if that makes sense. Like it's all about positioning here. I'm thinking you're probably going to use Azelf more than Weavile, but like to kill stuff, but you know, they both have Plot and SD, so it just comes down to how the game goes.
How the game goes, yeah.
Yeah. Again, Tusk is there just made just to get hazards off the field. You can also put knock on this guy if you want, just as a, like, let's say you bring it, like you switch this into Tinglu, for example, and he like just earthquakes or paybacks, or he doesn't hazard basically, and so you have a free attack. Like knock is always like a solid, just you get something out of it.
Yeah.
So if you want,
probably over Earthquake, right? Actually, probably.
Well, knockoff hits Victini, which is good.
Yeah, probably.
Hits Metagross too, actually. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that does hit the two thing. I mean, you just wouldn't really be doing a ton to Prim, but I don't necessarily know if this guy was ever like supposed to do a lot to Prim anyway. I think getting a knockoff on Primarina is very good too. So.
Yeah, especially if it's like Max Fizz-Def.
So I'm thinking maybe you put knockoff on this guy.
No, yeah.
Over Earthquake. That's good, yeah. Or over CC. No, CC is good just to kill the Ting. Just, you know, if Ting is like very chipped, like it could just be the safer. Just make sure you kill him if he stays in.
Yeah.
And at least CC is automatic damage on something, even if it's a resisted. Besides, but I guess. So we'll go this. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's everything. Is there any like other things that you think might be a problem for this team?
The only thing that I'm really scared of is like a Terra type Metagross weakness policy, agility.
Right.
I gotta be careful about that.
You're right. The thing is, so again, this guy is a pretty good Pokemon into that, because Metagross cannot boost its attack unless it's Meteor Mash. Meteor Mash, it can boost its attack if it gets
does it not get bulk up now?
Metagross?
Yeah, I thought in Gen 9 they gave it bulk up.
Did
I
it?
might be wrong.
Let me check that real quick. I don't think so.
I might be wrong. I think they give it Home Claws or something. Yeah.
Did they get Home Claws? Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that in a game, but I suppose that could come. But yeah, obviously the first time Metagross hits the field, I probably just to be safe, I wouldn't hit it like super effectively. Unless like, you know, like you still have something that like can always take a hit, or if it's like a Terror type that's like still weak to fire or something like. But if gouging is full health, even though we're spit def, technically gouging can always come in and then just Dragon Dance Morning Sun over and over versus it. The hardest it could do is it would run like what, Earthquake or something. Does that do half? Okay, so that does half. So maybe he might have Earthquake. Earthquake would literally just be for gouging now. Looks like.
Yeah, or maybe like even like Double Dance, like Iron Defense, Body Press, something like that.
Obviously, he could also be something like Terra Ground too. So that is something to obviously take into consideration as the Terra type. But yeah, no, Metagross is definitely, it's one of those Pokemon where if you not careful around it, it can just straight up win.
For sure.
especially if it's a Terra type that resists your shard, which, like we said, fire does come to mind here.
Yeah, should be.
At least that'll be good for your Azoth if it's not boosted speed, though. You can just one-shot it. And if it's not boosted attack, like if you don't proc its policy, I think Azoth probably just lives any hit. I don't know, though. This thing is strong. Like Heavy Slam, maybe? Water. Oh, wait, but you'd be water type, though. So what would be the hardest hitting move? Like heavy, like knockoff? Psychic Things? Psychic Things.
Yeah, Psychic Things.
Yeah, you do technically always live it, and then if it's Terra Fire, it'll die to your water move. Oops. What is the set? Terra Blast. Or pretty damn close. That's max HP too. So yeah, I think as long as you just don't proc the policy, like you'll be okay. Thunderous is also nice. There's a chance that you're just faster, and Thunderous will always do a lot of damage to it just because its Spadef is not good. So, but yeah, I think you're right. Like Metagross seems like the Pokemon that might just win in the game. Like it's a bit risky. But if it's not policy, then I don't think you gotta worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else we can do to kind of contain it a bit?
Yeah. What did we put the last move on gouging?
Sub.
Okay.
You could, if you're scared of that, you could throw something like Dragon Tail on there. The thing is, like, he's probably gonna have Meteor Mash, if I had to guess, if he's that set. He might not, I don't know, he might just have Heavy Slam, but if he does have that Earthquake, like, you just take so much damage.
Yeah.
Would it be a Terra type to hit Tusk super effectively? Water? Probably not Fairy. Maybe Fairy. Can't really do anything to Ferrothorn if he's Fairy, though. Not that our Ferrothorn really does anything to him either.
Yeah.
Terra Fairy is interesting. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that sticks out to me that we can change to kind of not have to worry about it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to play super careful around it.
Yeah, because pretty much everything on your team should live besides maybe Weavile from full if he's not boosted. Or if he's like a Terra Fire, Terra Blast versus Ferrothorn. So you should be able to get good damage on it through probably one of these two guys or Tusk without hitting it, without proccing it. But yeah, man, I think that's probably what you need to worry about the most. But I still think this team is like good. Plus, like, obviously this is like, if you have like set up gouging or Thunderous already in, like, or Azoth in, like, he takes too much damage from a lot of your guys. Like, he needs to be able to set up first on like your switch in, and the only two Pokemon that I think that forces you to switch is Pharaoh and Weavile. And Weavile necessarily, I was gonna say necessarily, yeah, but no, knock off a trigger their policy. That's not what you want. I was gonna say maybe on Ferrothorn we could put a move, something like Thunder Wave or something like Leech Seed, to at least try to contain him a little bit, just so so this isn't a setup fodder target, and he basically only has one Pokemon that he can safely like try to do it versus. And then if you're Swords Dance, for example, he can't because he'll just die. He'll just die if you hit him.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm thinking maybe take off Knockoff. So like Seed Bomb and Jar Ball can still kind of kill the checks that it's meant for. And then just this move lets you block setup from Metagross. And I'm thinking it would probably be Thunder Wave.
Yeah, most likely.
Because again, Tinglu probably not going to switch in. Same with Rotom, so Thunder Wave is nice to have.
Yeah.
So that helps.
We also
So
have
yeah, that
Seed
helps for
Bomb as
sure.
well for those two if they're
Yep.
weak.
Yeah, for sure. But I think this is a good team, man.
Yeah, I like it.
Leading is interesting. I don't even think about all leads.
Dundee looks always like Scarfer is always good.
Yeah, Thundy's good because it will like kind of give away potentially that we're scarfed, or like let's say they lead something like Tinglu. You're not gonna just straight up grass knot. You'll probably just U-turn the first time.
Yeah.
But something like a policy lead Tinglu is annoying.
True.
Honestly though, even policy, like how much does he would have to like earthquake predicting Tusk? Like how much does, let's see, Tinglu +2. Let's check our Tusk. You'd have to be like pretty invested to even do over half anyway. What else do I want to check? Payback. It's not gonna do anything, right? No, honestly, that's honestly not even terrible. You get rid of the item and you could just go Tusk anyway. If he attacks, you can attack to threaten him, or if he hazards, you just spin. What else is a bad Thundy lead? Superior? No, that's good too.
Yeah, I just switched to Ferrothorn.
Well, I would honestly just U-turn, because even if he is Scarf, he's not doing anything to you, and two, you know he's Scarf now because you went second. So I think you actually just U-turn, yeah.
True.
Yeah, the only thing I think you would, I don't even know if there's a Pokemon that you would just hard switch out on. Shaymin, no, you resisted stabs though.
Yeah, I'm not really scared of Shaymin.
Does he get like Ancient Power or some crazy shit?
I don't think so. Shouldn't. Actually make a Power Jump. Let me see.
I don't think it's Power Gem. Does it get Ancient Power? No, I don't think so. I'm looking at the wrong one, but I think they're the same moves anyway.
It should be Type Rock. Nope,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Okay, so yeah, you don't even gotta be scared of Scarf Shaymin either. So yeah, I honestly think you just straight up, you're probably clicking U-turn versus everything, honestly.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like you would U-turn Shaymin, you would U-turn Victini because, I mean, it lives a Thunderbolt, and you might just straight up die to like a banded like V-Create or something. A little bit tricky if it is a Victini lead, especially if you U-turn and then whatever you bring in he U-turns, is he could potentially be Scarfed, and then he would know that you're Scarfed, but you would not know that he's Scarfed because you're faster. You get me?
Oh, yeah, true.
So, but I still think U-turn is the play there. You U-turn versus Ting, Prima. All right, so let's just make sure we have good switch-ins to everything then, I guess. So versus Shaymin, we would U-turn into
Probably Ferrothorn, right? I'm just scared of these drops.
oh yeah, Seed Flare into yeah.
Yeah, with Earth Power as well.
Let's see. But that would be also crazy if he just stays in. Like if we just Sludge Bomb him. Like,
True.
do you think he's not gonna, honestly, versus Shaymin, he's not gonna go Metagross versus you? So Sludge Bomb honestly might not be a bad play, because again, you can at least try to poison something too that comes in.
Yeah, that is true.
So I would probably actually Sludge Bomb versus Shaymin. Yeah, you would Sludge Bomb versus Shaymin. Versus Victini, you would U-turn into Gouging. U-turn into Tusk. U-turn into Ferrothorn, but it depends on the Terra type too. For Prima, you have to take that into account. If it's Terra Fighting or Terra Fire, you go probably Gouging versus Prima, which might seem weird, but you still tank. Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else, Ferrothorn should be free, and then you can just get up your rocks, no problem. Rotom, yep, you turn into Ferrothorn. He can trick you which is a bit annoying, but I think you can't really guard versus that. I mean, you could also just straight up Thunderbolt. Like, I don't know, just Pump just kill you? Obviously, no investment's not going to kill you, but I'm talking about, like, offensive Rotom.
Yeah, Scarf offense, yeah.
Ooh, that's offensive. So if he's, like, offensive, like, even, like, Specs would be crazy versus Ferrothorn, but you do just die. So, you turning in probably into Ferrothorn is your play there. Again, if I'm him, like, I predict that because, like, Ferrothorn is such an easy, like, counter to Rotom, but it is what it is. Worst case scenario is you turn and then he Volt Switch. He would have to click Volt Switch versus a Volt Absorb Mon too, which would be like...
Yeah, he has to make a lot of predicts.
You know, yeah, a little bit tricky. So if he stays in and clicks whatever, you get up your rocks. If not, then if he Volt Switches on your Ferrothorn, then I mean he goes Victini, you just go gouging. So it's whatever. Metagross, again, you have to take into account his typing. If it's not, honestly, if it's not a typing that is super effectively into Thundy, which would literally just be what, rock and ice, right?
Yeah.
You probably you definitely live any hit. Let me check like Ice Punch.
Yeah, I might just Thunderbolt, honestly. I want that Mon gone.
Yeah. Ice Punch is a shitload.
Oh yeah, he could just Ice Punch and Bullet Punch.
Yeah, and you only do about half to max HP. That's whack. It might be better just to U-turn. He's probably going to be some sort of rocker, like defensive, if he leads it anyway. But yeah, you would just probably U-turn. Honestly, you'd probably U-turn into...
I mean, if I'm assuming he's clicking Ice Punch, then it's probably gouging.
Yeah, it's probably gouging, and then you'd probably switch into Tusk after, like scouting for an Earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know we don't have Earthquake no more, but he don't know that, so he would probably switch, and you could just get up a knockoff or a spin or something if he had clicks rocks. Again, you have to take into account the Terra type though.
Yeah. So with Tusk, like on Metagross, I click knock.
If Hazard Drop, you spin.
Or should I be scared of?
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you know nothing about the Metagross, like if it just came in and no, obviously you don't want to knock off because obviously you're honestly probably better just clicking close combat. Like I know you take the drop and you probably just die if he hits you, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, true.
And if he's like Terrafire, you know, CC is still neutral, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
And then you could take the jumps, you could switch and then come back in with Tusk because Tusk is one of those things that can definitely take a non-boosted Metagross hit with no problem, and you can get off another hit if your defenses are low.
Yeah.
So you tuning versus him, Skuntank. I think you just. Skuntank. I think you just U-turn into Tusk too. It's probably the best play.
Yeah.
Superior again, just like the other grass. I think you probably Sludge Bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like technically, like Ferrothorn is always safe into Superior, so U-turn isn't terrible.
Yeah.
I think versus Serp you U-turn actually. I think just because the only reason why we Sludge Bomb versus Shaymin is just because technically like drop until like Air Slash could literally just or Earth Power could just beat the switch in.
Yeah.
But we know Ferrothorn can always handle Superior. The only thing that like, and this is rare, but it is a set that could be a bit scary is like Coil Superior. Like physical Superior, yeah, to boost its defense, and then like it would be like Coil Substitute, but I think you would need a good amount of defense boost for Gyro to not break a sub. It would be something like Coil Synth Sub 1 attack, some crazy shit like that, but I don't think he's gonna wear that. Plus, you could Gyro Ball once or twice, he's not gonna sub, so you can catch him with a Thunder Wave as he like recovers or something.
Yeah.
But you just don't want a Thunder Wave on a potential sub because then you give it up and it's terrible. Sub Superior would be a bit weird though with potential Axel from this guy.
Yeah,
right?
True.
It's very weird. So probably not likely, but I've seen it before. So, but yeah, U-turning versus Serp is good into Pharaoh if he stays in, and then Bennett. Bennett. How much does gouging take from Bennett?
50.
A lot of
Yeah.
damage, yeah. But that's an interesting lead. Does on yours just die? Yeah, it does. Frick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking you almost have to go hard
Tusk,
Weavile.
right?
No, Weavile.
Oh, Weavile, really?
Yeah, like you can take the hit, obviously. You'll take a good amount of damage, but at least you threaten a KO back, and he can't do any, like, prankster stuff to you.
Oh, yeah, true. He can't willow me. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And if he goes for some weird set, like turn 1, you know, if you hard switch, it won't work. So it would suck, honestly, but that's probably like the one and only bad lead, in my opinion. So, but I don't really think you have a better play, because if you go Tusk, like, he hits you for half, you know, and then you don't even threaten a KO with him, and he could burn your Lumberry, or just straight up attack you again, you know, into
Yeah,
sneak,
true.
and he just beats you. At least Weavile, you'll take damage, but he has to switch, and you get an item. So
Yeah, it's fine. I don't need much health on Weavile anyways.
exactly.
Will punch gloves.
Right, exactly. So yeah, you're pretty much U-turning versus everything but Shaymin.
But Shaymin, yeah.
And you slash bomb Shaymin.
Got it.
Yep. Should be good. So I think that's everything.
Looks good. I like the team.
Alrighty. Appreciate you coming on, man. I know it's late, like I said, but we got it done.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Yeah. You said you're playing this on Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday morning.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably have this. Actually, this will probably be the first, like, the next video, so it might be up on Saturday. So, but yep, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the battle. Peace. Alright, guys, we're here for Ray's battle. One last look at the pace. We have an SD Weavile plus Plot Azel for kind of like a dual win con situation. Scarf Dundee for some Sea Control, and then mostly Spadef Pokemon, Gouging, Pharaoh, and Tusk in the middle there. So, getting into the game, he did bring the Metagross, so that is the only Terra Captain, and it is Terra Fire like we expected. So, Dundee lead, they lead Victini, so it could be Scarfed, but we don't know yet. It could be Sash. We go for a U-turn on Tinglu, bring in Tusk, nice, so now we can get a nice knockoff. Bennett comes in, okay. So this is Mega Bennett, so it's known to Willow, Destiny Bond, Poltergeist pretty much. It does Destiny Bond, oof. Yeah, so, I kind of, yeah, so, you know, Bennett is one of the famous moves is Destiny Bond, because there's the whole prankster. So I think a play that Ray could have made to kind of just check all things that Bennett might want to do is just go Gouging here. I know we said Gouging is our Victini check, but, you know, when he brings in the Bennett and he sees that he gets 2-shot by knockoff, his only play is either Willow or Bond or Destiny Bond. He has to do something that's prankster affected, basically, because he's going to see that, you know, Tusk is fast and Bennett, he's just going to get 2-shot. So Gouging covers both Willow and Destiny Bond, and then if he Destiny Bonds on the following turn, you can just Dragon Dance or something, or even sub or do whatever, because you don't want to attack him, obviously, when he has a Destiny Bond up. So I think just being a little bit more patient and thinking about what moves Bennett could have possibly clicked here would have been ideal. So, but it is what it is. So we lose our Spinner, our Tusk, which sucks because that was pretty much our switch into Tusk. And it's also something that could potentially do a lot of damage to Victini and even Metagross too. So probably not favorable for us to trade Tusk into Bennett, unfortunately. So they bring in Victini again. So I'm thinking it's Scarfed. We're Scarfed, so we don't actually know. So we go for a U-turn into Gouging. Yeah, and it does Gambit. So I think Gouging was the only Pokemon that actually could have lived the Gambit. So. But it's our check, so we basically trade Gouging for Victini. You know, we could potentially Roost or like Morning Sun on Metagross, but if it has speed, it's actually going to be faster than us anyway. And if Rotom is offensive, it does a lot to us too. So this is probably just a gouging sack here. He opts not to, though. He takes a 36 from Shaymin. It's a bit unfortunate. The guy is just going for flinches, and he does get one, unfortunately. So now we have to pivot. Yeah, we pivot Thundurus, which it's a good pivot. Resist both stabs. Just take a lot, but still does a lot. So we go for Sludge Bomb there. I think you go U-turn because he knows that we're Scarf because we outsped his Victini. And, you know, he has 2 good resists to Sludge Bomb still. So it makes a lot of sense for him not to stay in. But I get if Ray wants to make the safe play because he still has both of his win cons at 100%. So I don't really fault him for making the safe Sludge Bomb play here, but it's pretty likely for him to switch out there. So we go gouging here. Yeah, we can't roost on this, and I don't think we do a lot of damage to him, so I don't really get this play. I think even doing something hard like Azelf is fine, but we go gouging, probably just to sack it. Nope, just kidding. We go Thunderous after, so we just wanted to get Thunderous in, it looks like, on an Earthquake, so I mean, it worked out, so that was interesting pivoting though. We get a big grass knot off, which is nice. It's just going to set spikes on us, which is annoying. Okay, Metagross comes in. We get a big crit. Now we can probably, yeah, here's the gouging sack. No agility, which is very, very nice. And now we can go into Azelf and fire off probably a Terra Blast because it can Terra Fire. I don't think it would Terra Fire though when he sees that we're Terra Water, so Psychic Fang comes off. It does 36, Jesus Christ. Another Terra Blast comes off. We go Shaymin. Okay, not bad. This is our Ferrothorn sack. Okay, now we can go. Yeah, Weavile's fine just to get a knockoff on probably the Rotom. Yep. Is it defensive? Yeah, it looks pretty defensive. Helmet, yep. Alright. Yeah, Thundy makes sense to cover for a Volt Switch or Will-O-Wisp. So, he lands Pump. We do live it. Now we definitely U-turn. Let's see. Correct. Azelf. Yep. Alright, so this is good. Yeah, we just need a little bit chip on Rotom and Weavile should win this game somehow. So we Terra Blast here. Knock out the Metagross, hopefully. Ooh, actually Flamethrowered. Why do you Flamethrower? Honestly, Flamethrower is not a bad... Wait. Yeah, Flamethrower was a bit risky because if he just paybacks, we die. I get it. He was trying to catch the Shaymin Sky, I'm assuming, on the Switch. I guess it makes sense he can save Tinglu for... He would save Tinglu for Thunderous, so I guess he figured that he would switch, but definitely a bit risky because if he stays in and just kills our Azelf, we probably don't win this game. So, but he gets to play correct. Or he might have been predicting Shaymin or Metagross, one of them, but Flamethrower gets a KO, which is nice. Now Shaymin comes in, we have to sack something. You sack Azelf. We bring in Thunderous over Weavile here. I think that's fine. The problem is, like, this is a hard click. Like, do you click Sludge Bomb here? I think you have to click Sludge Bomb, yeah. Ah, yeah, he went Ting. So, I don't think Weavile is going to be able to get past Rotom unless the Rotom, like, misses Hydro Pump or Willow. But we'll see. Sludge Bomb, so yeah, he's got to stay in here. This is his only play. He does get the poison, which is nice, but that doesn't matter. His opponent Earthquakes, okay. Interesting. Sludge Bomb again. Ruination? What the? He doesn't have a... he doesn't have a move to hit Thunderous, it doesn't look like. His last one was what, like Whirlwind or Rocks or something? What the heck kind of Tinglu set is this? Dude, and he brought this set when we have an Azelf too. What? When his only like damaging move is Earthquake besides Ruination. Huh. So it actually looks like Sludge Bomb would kill Shaymin, so it's gonna get damage off on Rotom. So actually I think Weavile wins. Let's see. Big Sludge Bomb, yeah, I think knockoff kills that, right? Or Adamant, I think, right? Are we Adamant? Yeah, we're adamant. Yeah, wow, and then Ice Shard wins. What a game. What the heck? That is interesting. Yeah, that Ting set versus Thundurus and Hazelf I don't think is optimal. So that was a really, really close game. 1-0 victory coming down to the last Pokemon. So the biggest plays that I can think of that were kind of like, you know, if you think about it a little bit more and maybe make a different plays, obviously the turn 2. Losing Tusk is really, really you know, really, really unfortunate that early, because like we said, even though we're not like fully we're not attack invested, even with the spin and this coverage we have, like we hit a lot of things super hard, and that was our removal too. So you know, it's just I guess experience versus Mega Net, like figuring like what he could possibly do. But you just gotta kind of have to think, because again, he's a good player, Zeb. He's been around for a while, so um, you know, he's not gonna just sack his not get anything off and just try to poltergeist you when he sees that he gets 2 shots. So gouging was super safe there. And even if he did poltergeist, I'm pretty sure, because we're max HP gouging, like I don't even know if it does. It probably does like half, and then you can just Morning Sun up. Bennett, I'm curious. So let's see real quick. Yeah, it does about half. So you can just spam Morning Sun until he switches, or you can just KO him at 50% and then roost on something else. So but other than that, Volt Switch is fine. Oh, right here too. This is another big one where you kind of lost 36% on Ferrothorn for no reason, and you saw Rotom was kind of a problem at the end there. Rotom and Tinglu. Right here, I think you just sack the gouging, because you end up sacking the gouging later anyway. Because again, it can only really roost on like Metagross, and Metagross might just be faster because if it's offensive, it's gonna have some speed investment. So unless like the Rotom is just like really, really bulky, it's gonna be hard to kind of Morning Sun up gouging. So I think you just sack the gouging in this turn right here. You don't take your extra Air Slash on Ferrothorn. And then afterwards, you can simply just bring in like Thundurus or bring in Weavile, and you still have Ferrothorn at 100%. So, but other than that, I actually don't really know if there was a whole ton of like misplays. This whole like sequencing around gouging to get Thundurus in on the Earthquake was interesting, but it worked out, so it's not really a big deal. Metagross comes in, but other than that, I think it was a pretty clean game. It was just a well well fought game. Like again, I question his Tinglu set, but other than that, like it's like both people brought good teams. It was just a pretty close game, and it just happens sometimes. Even if you play great, sometimes your opponent's team is just solid too, and it just comes down to a close game. But thankfully, yeah, this was the one thing that kind of saved him here. I think if this thing had like payback or body press or throat chop or something just to kill Thundurus, then Rotom plus. Actually, well, I don't even know. Does Rotom straight up win? It's got to have like. Rotom should beat Weavile, yeah, because he doesn't have an item anymore. So Pain Split or Willow or something should beat the Weavile, yeah. So Eddie had an attacking move to kill Thundurus. I think Ray would lose this game, probably 2-0. But he didn't, and we won 1-0, so sometimes that's just how it works out. So thank you guys for watching. Again, if you want to be part of this series, all you got to do is join the Discord down below and sign up. Type the words in the sign up in the Team Building with Zooch channel, and then I'll get you guys signed up. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.